Hey everyone, and welcome back to Heavensward, where today it's time for the level 45 Dark Knight quest. Ooh, this is one of my favorite quests in the game. This single quest is one of my favorites of the entire game. But unfortunately, the payoff is like, The payoff is fantastic in this quest, but it gets even better in hindsight once you do later stuff. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'll just leave you thinking about that for a while. Think about how this quest might be better with later stuff. That might not even come for a while. Who knows how long it'll be? It could be the level 50 quest. It could be, I don't know, Shadowbringers when the payoff comes. Who knows? I'll just say that, yeah, this quest is already great. It's already one of my favorite in the game, but that it's even better in hindsight. I just want you to think about that as we go on. All right, today's Minion Roulette is going to give us Komanchiro from the Yokai Watch event. Alright, Fray, we ready for our next training mission? Our next communion, I assume? Fray has been watching us, and she is not pleased with our progress. I'm beginning to question your commitment, Satora. You haven't heard the voice since our last communion, which means you haven't taken my lessons to heart. You know I'm trying to help you, don't you? All of this is for your benefit. You listen, but you don't understand. Are you okay, Fray? Never mind. You're the stubborn type, I know that. You just have to keep at it until you open your eyes. Morabee Dry Docks, that's where we'll head next. Okay, seriously, what is it with the people training me here in Ishgard and trying to drag me right back into the pits of hell where I'm not wanted? Where everyone wants to kill me? Well, not everyone, thankfully. Pippin's been doing a great job of keeping the news suppressed, so, it's not smart for us to keep going back into Eorzea like this, but hey, Limsa Lominsa's fairly safe, or Lenosha's fairly safe. That's pretty remote from Ul'dah. The voice is waiting to be heard, yet we cannot seem to grasp it on our own. Though disappointed, Fray will help us to understand its intent. Only communion will suffice. Morabee Dry Docks will be where we conduct the rites next. Alright then, Morabee Dry Docks it is. We got a new ability once we hit level 45, which is Dark Mind. Dark Mind is a very useful ability, made far better with patch 7.1. We can cast it once every 60 seconds, reduces physical damage taken by 10% and magic damage taken by 20% for a 10-second duration. It's a nice mitt! Before patch 7.1, it only had the magic damage reduction. There was no reduction to physical damage. If you're in a fight where there is both magical and physical attacks coming out, try to save this for the magic attacks that are coming. But you can use it once a minute, and now it emits both physical and magical damage. So it went from not being useful in many situations because it only emitted one type of damage to now you can use it basically on cooldown, and it'll probably be a good idea. Spread, as usual with tanks, try to spread your mitts out. Try to only have one up at a time. It's better to have some mitigation all the time rather than a lot of mitigation in short bursts. Unless you're in Savage and getting hit with tank busters, in which case you want big mitts in short bursts for those tank busters, but that's besides the point. It is very, very good that is now more broadly usable. Far more broadly usable. Like, that is a huge improvement. God, it went from like barely being used before to now I can use an entire extra mitigation once a minute. I'm so happy about that. Hang on. Actually, what's the damage mitigation on Reprisal, rather? 10%. Okay, but difference between Reprisal and Dark Mind is Dark Mind puts a buff on your party members and Reprisal puts a debuff on the enemy. That does make a difference in certain situations. So, yeah, I can... Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at how my mitt rotation actually works now because I'm curious about this. So Ramparts every last 20 seconds every 90 seconds. I'm gonna have to figure out my mitt rotation, but between Reprisal and Dark Mind, I can have 10% mitt 1/3 of the time minimum. Add in 20 seconds every 90 seconds. Yeah, no, I could... I'm gonna have to rethink my my mitigation rotation because I could have mitts up possibly like over half the time now. I'll think about that later. I'll deal with that later. Hi, Fray. Never much cared for the ocean myself. That friend of mine, the one I told you about after our first communion. We came out here together once. Long story short, we ended up doing something ridiculously foolish and we're lucky to make it out alive. I tried to talk her out of it, but she just had to get on that damn boat. Don't be like that, friend. Isn't the Maelstrom supposed to aid the small folk when they're in a spot of trouble? So far as it is possible, yes, but such matters fall within the purview of the Yellow Jackets and they told me to bugger off. Can you believe that? I'm begging you, Sergeant. Wait, is that you, Captain Lonzi? Uh-oh. We're still calling us Captain. Maybe we haven't been kicked out yet. Maybe we're safe here. It is, the legend herself. Forgive me, madam. I never thanked you properly for your service to Limsa Lominsa. When I first heard Leviathan had been summoned, I feared that... Why, if it isn't that famous adventurer who's been killing primals left and right. Oh, thank God. I was very worried. Oh, thank you, Pippin. Oh my God, I've got to give Pippin I've got to give Pippin a really, really nice gift for all the work he's put in. Truly, the 12 must be watching over me because you're just the woman I need. I am the victim of a terrible, nay, heinous crime. I was waylaid by Kikern bandits near the Salt Strand who left me with not more than the clothes on my back. And what makes you think I give a Kikern's arse about your troubles? Go and bother the Yellow Jackets like the sergeant said. I seek worthy prey, not a gang of rats. How can you say such a thing, madam? Without your help, I'm ruined. Fine, I'll help. I mean, Fray, we were looking for something to fight in the area anyways for our communion, right? Spoken like a true hero. So, you know, the Frankenfile didn't seem so dangerous, but their leader was a mean-looking bastard. But considering the foes you faced in the past, he couldn't possibly pose a threat to you. Shut your mouth and wait here, I'll be back. Hey, Fray! Fray! Jesus! You'll find them on the Salt Strand, madam. That's where they made camp. Only mind their leader, eh? He's a mean-looking bastard, that one. You really don't have to do this, madam. No, he needs help, so I'm gonna help. Where do these people come from? These helpless, hopeless weaklings who see fit to beg the assistance of every passing adventurer. And now comes another, beseeching the Warrior of Light to recover some stolen chest or crate of only the gods know what. The merchant claims the Kikern bandits and their leader will prove worthy prey, but we have been disappointed before. Fray, I'm gonna need you to fucking chill. We help people. That is our job. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our job is to help people in need. Alright, we've got a solo duty. If this Kikern isn't everything he promised, I'll take it out of his hide. Let's make the most of this, Satora. No style, no guile, just chaos. Mark your limits and push yourself beyond. Let the darkness guide you and set you free. Alright, let's go. Alright, slaughter the Kikern! Weak but plentiful, they may yet suffice. Alright, let's start with the big one. And I'm going to experiment with trying to keep up mitts at basically all times. Let's see how this goes. We'll start, of course, with Rampart, since it's a pretty solid mitt every 90 seconds. We'll move into Reprisal, then Shadow Wall, and then Dark Mine, and then Arm's Length. Okay, all the smaller ones are gone already. Never mind, here they come. Alright, into Shadow Wall. That's going to last us a good 15 seconds. Holy crap, we can have mitts up like almost all the time. This is wild, I love it. Oh, this is great. And we don't even have all of our Dark Knight mitigations yet. There's still several more I can think of to come. Okay, into Dark Mind, and wow, it's already dead. Heh, tenacious bastards. Right then, the goods. Real quick, out of curiosity. Okay, it's still the same. Let's get that box and get out of here. Good, there's nothing left here for Fray? Fray, are you... All around us lay the remains of Kikirn, hacked to pieces, some beyond recognition. Chest heaving with exertion, we gaze at the bloodstained sword in our hands, uncertain how long we have held it. The pounding in our head intensifies and we blink back the pain. Fray. Where is Fray? You did well. All that's left is to return the goods to their owner. Finish it. Finish what we started. Fray, are you okay? The hard part is over. Now finish it. Fray looks how we feel, utterly spent and in need of a rest. Finish it, she says. Finish what we started. Alright, let's go deliver those goods. Fray, you catch up. You get some rest and then you catch up. Fray is very clearly not doing well. The fucking foul mood, the clear physical issues going on, nearly passing out at everything. What is going on with you, Fray? You really don't have to do this, madam. Don't worry, it's already done. Ah, it's you! Were you able to catch up with those bandits? I was. Thousands of gil worth of goods imported from exotic locales. Yes, that seems to be mine, but... What's the issue? What happened? Limlane, take me! I can't sell this! Everything's soaked through with Kikirn blood! What did you do? Carve one open and leave them to bleed all over my wares? Sorry, they were defending it. I had to fight them, or I couldn't get them back, or I couldn't get your goods back. Apologies. I'm ruined, utterly ruined. Madam, I demand recompense for your reckless destruction of my property. Wow. Fuck you, dude. I am a reasonable man, so I'll acknowledge that you are not wholly responsible. 50% of the value should suffice. Alright. At least he's not making us pay for all of it. 50%? 50%! I slaughter a gang of Kikirn bandits for your precious goods, and this is the thanks I receive. You spineless sack of shite. I kill your enemies. I fetch your things. I do what you people can't or won't do yourselves. You're helpless, weak. All you do is want and need. I should have left you all to drown in Leviathan's tidal wave. At least then I would have been spared your constant bloody whining. Do not speak to me of this ever again. Pray forgive me my insolence, madam. Captain Lancey, madam, you have every right to be upset, but I think he understands, madam. Sorry about that. I'm also pissed at you, yes, but I'm gonna go talk to Fray. That was uncalled for. And what the... Were you part of the company of heroes? When did you fight Leviathan? Never again, madam, I promise. Honestly, madam, I don't think you had to... Madness. Utter madness. That spineless sack of shite actually demanded compensation for his property. The nerve of these people after all we do for them. But Fray was not about to let that pass. Oh no! It was a thing of glory, Fray giving voice to our feelings. Our words tumbling from Fray's mouth. But why did she have to leave? Where could she have gone? Have you figured out why I love Dark Knight yet? It's not for the reason you initially think. If your first thought is for why I like this is why you think I like this, you're probably wrong. There's another layer here. Hey Fray! Hey Fray! You feeling okay? Do you need anything? That was uncalled for. But you're not wrong, that trader was completely out of line. But that was a little bit much. Are you okay? We can't keep doing this, Satora. You must see now what it's doing to us, what they're doing to us. These people. This is the hard oh no, this is a hard choice. This is the one closest to my feelings. He deserved it, every word. It was maybe a little bit over the top and a little bit too harsh, but it wasn't incorrect. He deserved it. Ha! Ha! Right you are, Satora, right you are. Felt good, didn't it, seeing that sniveling wretch tremble? I think he nearly pissed himself. You're finally starting to see them for what they are now, aren't you? Good, good. All that remains is to hearken to the voice, to grasp its words and discover your true calling. Fray fears for us. She knows we cannot go on like this. The voice. We must hearken to the voice. With every breath, we grow lighter and slip further into the abyss. A chorus of voices cries out for a hero, and she comes. She smiles, she nods, and she remains silent. But she, too, has a voice. I will be heard. Satora Lancy. You stand at the precipice, but do not fear the fall. Cast yourself into the abyss, and you shall soar above, free at last. There are other lands than these, Satora, lands where we are not known. Ask, and we shall quit this place forever. Just leave? Everything? Only when you have renounced everything are you free to do anything. When we meet again, you will give us your answer. I mean, Eorzea has forsaken us. The news hasn't spread, but it probably will eventually. It's gonna get out. The rumors, the lies, the allegations. And when they do, Eorzea is not going to see us as a hero. But can we really just abandon them? Fray is right, of course. Fray has always been right. Only when we have renounced everything are we free to do anything. We can leave it all behind, all of it. The Scions, the Alliance, even Heidelin. All we have to do is ask, and she shall set us free. Next time we do Dark Knight, we bring the opening questline for Dark Knight to a close. And we get to the event, the quest, the single moment, which inspired me to start playing this game in the first place. No new abilities for doing the quest, I believe, but that's fine. We got Dark Mind from just leveling up. I will see everyone next time for Machinist level 45.